What's up, you amazing hackers? Hope you're all doing well today. I made this video because I want to talk a little bit about all of the reports that you've been seeing in the hacktivities and all of the social media posts that you've been seeing on Twitter that claim that they've won X amount of bug bounty on X platform. Now, those posts are really cool. Those hacktivities are really cool, and the activities can go really high, and so can the rewards on some of these social media posts. Like, I think the highest I've personally seen is up to $20,000 on GitLab, and that's a whole lot of money. And it may seem, because the issue that I've read on GitHub, it was only like a really short issue, and it was I believe it was an LFI on a move functionality. So it's been one of the episodes before. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the link up there in the card. And that activity describes to me what seems like maybe a couple of hours of work to find that one vulnerability. And then if you look at it that way, like a couple of hours of work to find like a $20,000 vulnerability, that's not a whole lot of work for that vulnerability. But of course, I know better than that, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about in this video. Because for me, I also regularly report bugs, and I regularly get something in return for that. I get a nice bounty, and that's really cool. But the things that I report and the things that I read on activity as well, I'm sure they're just part of a giant test set and a giant test methodology that person executes on every single target. So you might see like one insignificant IDOR, it seems, between maybe 100 different IDORs that you can test for. So that's one of the things that for me, it's not just about reporting your vulnerability, and it's not just about being able to find the right endpoint to try your cross-site scripting attack vector on. It's about just being very, very persistent. So that's where a lot of the work comes from, just being super, super persistent. And you have to test every single endpoint time and time and time again, of course. Now, that being said, before you can get even into testing, I always recommend that you guys at least do a couple of hours of just generally using the application like any regular user would. This not only ensures that you get to know the application a little bit, but when something out of the ordinary happens, you're able to recognize it as well. That's again a huge chunk of change just for that $20,000 that goes into it. Now, okay, that you might say, let's say, for example, 2 days of work is still not a whole lot of work for $20,000. And I agree with you on that. It's still not a whole lot of work. It's $10,000 a day. I don't think a lot of people can claim they make that amount of money and be truthful about it. So let's go a step further, shall we? Just to be able to test that kind of stuff, they have to have at least some pen tester knowledge, experience, training, any of the sorts. So that again, it takes at least a couple of months. So let's say we're up to 2 or 3 months now, because you're a pen tester, and it takes a lot of experience becoming a pen tester, and especially to where you can do bug bounties. Okay, a couple of months, still not a whole big deal. $20,000 is more than some people make in their whole year. So why would you not spend just a couple of months on that $20,000 target? Let's move a step deeper again, shall we? So to get to that pen testing stage, the person will first have to have some basic understanding of programming, some basic understanding of general IT concepts such as networking. There's a whole lot of general knowledge involved just to get to that stage. So for me, again, it was at least 7 or 8 years, and yes, that's right, years of general IT experience before I even started doing this kind of stuff, all of the hacking and that kind of stuff. So again, 7 or 8 years, that's starting to look a lot more like it. Than $20,000 suddenly isn't a whole lot of money. Now, of course, I haven't been sitting silent all of those years. I've been doing all of the other stuff as well. But if you split all of that money that's being earned into the proper perspective, you can see that it's not actually as big of a chunk of a change as it should be. In my opinion, pen testers, especially if they find that high impact vulnerabilities, they get to be rewarded a bit more, But of course, since I'm also a bug bounty hunter, I'm not really objective on this one. So as you can see, next time you see one of those tweets, next time you see one of those activities and you think, wow, that person really was lucky finding that one vulnerability in just maybe an hour or a couple of hours that it should have taken them to. No, that person took years and years and years of skill and training and just the right mentality to get to the point where they are now, and they more than deserve that $20,000. So I would like to thank you very much for listening. Do you like the hat? It's cool, right? If you want one as well, you can join the Discord channel in the description below. And there's a commercial offers channel that you can go to, and there you can find the offers for the hat. I'll set up a proper store once I get a little bit more settled, but things are moving very fast for me, so please keep that in mind as well. Another thing, if you want like a one-on-one consulting hour with me, I have two formulas I can offer for you guys. One is a one-on-one for 1 hour, which is $30, and the other one can be for 15 minutes, and that would be $10. So Google form in the description below. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, amazing hackers.